Hello everybody, this is Yatios and I'm a staff member of YT Gamers and welcome to the first YT Gamers Hardware News Show. I'll be your host and today our subject will be related to a company called Nvidia. Nvidia recently has come out with certain statements, some stuff has been discovered from Nvidia and we'll be discussing that in this video. Interactions are welcome in the comment section below. If you like this show, you can always give it a like. This way we'll know if to continue it or not. And I will also start a discussion on the board/forums where you can also engage with other people. Now, let's get to the first topic at hand, shall we? So, our first topic is the news regarding to the Nvidia GTX 970. The GTX 970 is known to be a card normally very good, bang for its buck, priced a little bit over $300, and price to performance extremely good, better than its competitors for the most part. Now, Nvidia released the card with specifications, as you can see in the middle row currently. Now, the thing is, apparently those specifications were false, and that's only been found out recently. Now, and it basically only came out because in a game, the GTX 970 is a 4GB graphics card. It still is a 4GB graphics card, but in the game was it 3.5GB. Now, people found that curious and went to investigate. Now, what did they find out? Yes, it is a 3.5. It basically is a 4GB card. Sure, that's correct. But only 3.5GB of it runs at 7000 MHz, which is the standard Nvidia memory clock speed for the most part. Now, and the other 512 MB run at 1/3 of that speed. But at 1/3 of that speed is basically not viable while gaming. That's too slow. So now, the problem being is then, after that, people started to find out, wait, not all the specifications are correct. For example, our ROPs are lower than what Nvidia said. It's 8 units lower. Now, you might think, oh, it's not that much in graphics cards. That's a lot of computing power less. And also the L2 cache is apparently also lower. So basically, what does this all mean with the GTX 970? Nvidia said it had that bigger bandwidth of basically for memory. It was over 200 gigabits a second. Now apparently it's below 200 gigabits, which is a big reduction, basically making the card less powerful than what it was initially thought. Now the benchmarks that were made of the card are still entirely correct. That is with those cards with the specifications that were incorrect when at launch. Now Nvidia came out, we are not gonna do anything about this. So now some resellers, for example, one I really know well is in Europe is overclockers.co.uk. They basically are refunding people or allowing them for a extra fee to upgrade to a GTX 980. Now, what do you guys think about this? Is this something we should allow further in the future for companies to lie about the specs when the graphics card is released? Should Nvidia order the refunds? Should the resellers do it? Should the manufacturers do it? Or is everything just okay? Now, you can comment below in the comment section. And we would love to hear your input about this. Especially because I'm mainly a PC gamer. For me, this is a subject that's really important. So, that was it for this topic. Time to move on to the next one. Hello and welcome to the second topic of the Nvidia video. Now, the second topic is about Nvidia has sent out invitations to various news sites and companies and stuff like that, under the pretext on March 3rd, something they've been working on for 5 years, that would change the future of gaming, redefine the future of gaming. Now, of course, there are various speculations what that could be. One of the speculations is, apparently, some sites are speculating that it could be a console, which, after looking up more stuff I did in my spare time, about the Nvidia Tegra X1, currently only made for Audi motor cars. Could be featured actually in a console, because the Tegra X1 is quite a powerful CPU. It is a CPU. It's not considered a more mobile CPU because its power draw is too high, so it can't be mobile. But it's extremely powerful. It's the successor for the already pretty powerful Tegra K1, which powers the Nvidia Shield tablet, and if I'm also correct, the newest HTC Nexus tablet. Don't pay me on that one, that might be a Qualcomm. But the I watched the keynote of Nvidia at CeBIT, which they were talking about the Tegra X1, and I saw how powerful it truly was. Of course, some stuff was pre-rendered, of course, which is normal, especially at a keynote. You don't want anything to go wrong. Microsoft could learn something from that. But then basically the Audi cars run a dual X1, and basically what they're doing already is phenomenal. Now, if for example they would put like a dual X1 in like a PC or a console, or even a quad, it could rival or be more powerful than the Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. Now the biggest issue is gonna be how well, if Nvidia were to do such a thing, how well will their software development kit be? Sony and Microsoft already have theirs out there. Of course, Microsoft is still refining theirs, so is Sony, to get the most out of their consoles, which still hasn't entirely hit its limits. For the most part they have, but not entirely. It can still be a little bit squeezed out of every corner, but yeah. So what are your thoughts? What do you think Nvidia will be launching? I originally think it's gonna be the new Titan, but we don't know, because Titans are considered to be rendering cards, but at the same time Nvidia also sort of sells them as gaming cards, so we'll have to wait and see. It might be the Titan. It sounds about the right time for the Titan, especially since AMD is gonna bring out their flagship next quarter, and the alleged specs of that might be a Titan killer if it's correct. We'll have to wait and see. But what are your thoughts? You can post them in the comment section, or you can post them on the forums. And then up to the next topic of Nvidia. Hello everybody, and welcome to the third topic of our Nvidia video. Now Nvidia, and this has only been released yesterday, has locked the overclocking capabilities of Nvidia GTX 900 series mobile chips. Nobody knows why. The speculations are to make sure that there's always a little bit of overhead on heat that a laptop could have. Maybe they did it so the laptops won't overheat, but why suddenly now? They've never done it really before, only once, and they immediately rolled it back because of the huge backslash against that. It was enormous. People went mad against Nvidia. But why do it again? The 900 series is known for having low temperatures, low power draw, and very good overclocking capabilities. So nobody seems to get why. Now there's also another speculation, which could very well be true. On the PC, people were able to do it, so I don't know if it's capable on the laptops. On the PC, people were able to overclock a GTX 970 to the power of a GTX 980. Now the difference is a 980 costs almost double the amount of money than a 970. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know the specs entirely of the laptop versions. It's extremely difficult to find. Nvidia doesn't want it out there, it would seem. So it might just be that the 970 is basically just a 980, but downgraded, which could very well be the case, since most likely it is the same core. Most likely is also a GM204, but a mobile version of it could very well be possible. So, but then on the other hand, you have a company, Microstar International, MSI, under people that buy the motherboards from them, or graphics cards in that matter, have recently released a new laptop, what they call the GT Titan 80. Now, what is that card? That's a dual 980M graphic laptop with 4 SSDs in it, and basically the best mobile i7 you can get. And that laptop had humongous overclocking potential. But now that overclocking potential is basically taken away from that laptop, rendering a over $3,000 laptop way less powerful. So of course people that bought the wanted to buy the Titan because I don't think it's out yet are most likely gonna be very pissed off. Nvidia hasn't released a statement yet, so we don't know why they did it. They might have had a very valid reason we don't know about. There might be issues with the Maxwell mobile chips to overclock them. We don't know. These are just all speculations. So if you have anything to say about it, of course you can say it again in the comment section or on the forums. And I'll be moving on to the next topic. And welcome to the last topic of this video. Basically now we're going to talk about Nvidia GSync. Nvidia had released a beta driver accidentally for a specific laptop series. I thought it was an Asus, where basically it allowed G-Sync. Now, everybody that knows stuff about G-Sync knows that G-Sync only normally should work on monitors with the inbuilt system for G-Sync. Now, what does this mean? Laptops don't have G-Sync. Now, I have delved a little bit further into this. Apparently, G-Sync, it is a proprietary technology from Nvidia, which means it's patented, but it's either based on an already existing technology that exists for over 10 years, which laptops already have been using for over 10 years, actually have in it not been using, but the capability was always there. So, did Nvidia accidentally unlock that on their GPUs to be able to use it? I don't know. Nvidia already has taken a drive offline the same day it happened, but there were enough, allegations about it already. People found out about it. Some people there were even images of people opening up the laptop, not finding the G-Sync chip in there, yet it did work. It's pretty easy to find out because normally a laptop monitor is 60 Hz. It went over 60 Hz in general. It went to 144. So that meant they unlocked the monitor of a laptop and nothing was found in it. So does that mean Nvidia based their entire system off a system that already existed? Are they using technology and made it just proprietary while it was not made by them? We don't know. They might have made big changes. I don't know all the specifications about all the sync stuff, because now AMD also has FreeSync and you also have the VSAE, the adaptive sync, which both companies will have to adhere to. Both companies have to support adaptive sync. Adaptive sync is still not found in monitors. FreeSync and G-Sync is, which are both supported always by the top-end cards, of course. But yeah, it's curious to find out more about this, because I'm very curious about this, because that would mean, that you basically could use G-Sync on AMD monitors, on the FreeSync monitors, or even easily the adaptive sync monitors, even if Nvidia does not want to do it. But we'll have to wait and see what Nvidia will say about it. This happened more than 2 weeks ago. Still no message from Nvidia about it. They're trying to keep it quiet. So this is all we currently know. If you have any say about this, you can post it in the comment section again. This was it for today's video. If you like it, leave it a like, and we'll make sure to bring you more. If we have more news, we'll bring you it. Now, this is Yatios, and I'm signing off.